Sup, Ray here for the Council Network. This is the Flash Season 2, Episode 20 review for Rupture. And oh my god, there are times I wish Arrow went off the air for 3 weeks just so Flash could actually do its, episodes and we wouldn't get all these, spoilers of Barry, We would be left with this, suspense that we now won't have because of it. So I'm going to get into major spoilers. So if you have yet to see the episode, this is the one time I would tell you watch the damn episode first, because there are a bunch of things that will be going on. And this will probably be one of the longest Flash reviews I ever post, because there's so much to go over. And holy crap. So throughout the episode, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, Barry's going to get his speed back this episode. This is the episode, man. This is the episode, because Arrow last week, Barry goes to Laurel's grave. Now I'm kind of pissed, because that's not the case. And I'm not pissed at Flash, I'm pissed at Arrow, because that means Arrow's time frame is actually about a week or two ahead of the Flash's. So basically, when episode 19 of Arrow was supposed to air, we should have gotten 21, 22 of the Flash. Honestly, I feel like time frame wise, if we're talking about it, that pretty much the Flash, the Flash's season ends, and then it goes into Arrow, episode 19. But that's kind of one of those things of just things not lining up properly. So it is what it is. But holy crap. Barry, I got this great way for you to get your power back, but you're going to be going to the Speed Force and shit. Oh, there was a promo flying around, and I didn't make a video on it because there's a Ninja Turtle trailer. I didn't make a video on that either. I should have, but I didn't. There was a promo flying around for The Flash where it showed Barry with his mom, and it didn't make any sense, We figured it was time travel. That totally makes sense if it's time travel. If it's time travel, it's not really an issue. Well, everything out the window, because it's not. He's basically in the Speed Force, but there was a big thing here, and that is Barry's dealing with the consequences of not using the particle accelerator. Of course, it's going to have motherfucking side effects to very crucial characters. And again, for the last time, because this is going to be major, if you don't want it spoiled and you haven't seen it yet, I highly advise going to watch the episode first. So, Wally and I'm so fucking excited, I can't remember her name. God, Jesse Quick both got hit with the particle accelerator, leading me to believe Team Flash in the future. I think with 3 episodes only left, the main focus is going to be Barry. I think Wally would probably get his power first. I think he's gonna try to lead. I think we're gonna see a very proto Kid Flash and proto Jesse Quick. Not fully up to what they would be at, but it makes me really excited. At the same time, I kind of don't want Team Flash getting too big, with people on the field, because then it's gonna be Vibe, and it's gonna be Jesse Quick, and it's gonna be Wally West, and of course Barry Allen. Which sounds super exciting, but that sounds like Felicity and Friends. But we'd have to love. I'm also really happy in this episode. I just want to touch upon it before I go into the Wally West thing and the Jesse Quick more. I'm really happy that they're actually putting the Iris and Barry relationship forward, instead of just well, Barry's got this love interest and Iris has got that love interest. I'm actually glad they're putting it, because that's in the comics. That's something that's been around for ages. It's like the Green Arrow with the Black Canary. They were meant to be together, and it just is more organic when they are together, because the chemistry that those two characters carry over from the comics, we're not asking for a direct retelling, but it allows the actors to have a little more freedom. Hey, these are your characters, and this is what it is. To be fair, we did get a glance at it, and Barry hasn't cheated, but I'm getting off track there. So I'm excited to see where it goes, as long as it doesn't get too lovey-dovey. It's perfectly fine by me. It gives a lot of emotion, a lot of weight to the characters, holy shit, here are the stakes. We don't need to use death, but here are the stakes. Cisco Very, very Cisco-esque episode with his brother. I think it's Rapture. I want to say not the episode Rapture, not the title, but the comic book character. I can't remember his name. At any point, Cisco's brother, we get to see his doppelganger. We also get a Harry Potter reference from Cisco, which I thought was hilarious. A lot of Harry Potter love going on in this episode. I'm okay with it. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I know I'm going to disappoint a lot of people. But it was still nice to see that like little nod to it. Like, yeah, you know, we're going to do the spell call because I'm holding a giant wand in the sky and trying to summon the lightning. It just felt like, okay, here's Cisco and his brother. We're going to expand this relationship. And maybe later down the line, his brother gets powers and starts to become a hero. Maybe. You know, that's something they could do. It's not something they need to do. It's just something that they could have in their back pocket if they completely want to. And I like the aspects that the Flash is setting up. And I want to say next week is the week of Kevin Smith's episode. I know he's going to be directing one of the final 3 episodes. It makes me uber excited. Because I always like his directing, his directing method, the way he just makes everything align together. I'm just super excited to see that because he's such a comic book geek, and I love it. That's what you need at the realm of the Flash. You really do need that. That and great storytelling. I like all the Oscar jokes they made in this episode, like time to get our Oscars or our Grammys. It was one of the 2, I believe it's the Oscars. I may be completely wrong because I don't follow that stuff, but it was funny to hear. It's funny to see. It lightens the mood because Zoom is such a freaking nut job. And I'm going to throw this out there. I think Barry's dad, because of what he said during the episode, Garrick, that was my mother's maiden name. This episode was so strong of an episode that I was able to follow along every detail because I was A, really excited for this, and B, was knocking it out of the park. And usually I have to go back on Reddit, and right now I'm actually uploading to my gaming channel. I have to go back on Reddit to actually look through a few things, because I'll forget things. I'm just kind of forgetful. But this episode just hit it at home. This is one of the best episodes. And it didn't have tons and tons and tons and tons of actions, Flash versus Zoom, but it's just crazy the amount of stuff that they jam-packed in for 30 minutes, for an hour. I really hope that they don't get rid of Harrison Wells. I'm just throwing it out there now. I'm in love with the actor and the character. Just so much chemistry there between him and Barry. He's telling Barry exactly what Barry needs to do. And I think going back to that whole thing, he's just telling him straightforward, this is what you need to do. And Barry having his dad there and Barry having Joe there, you have your 2 main fathers, your father figure and then your dad. You have these 2 people in your life that meant the world to you, and of course, you have the true Harrison Wells. I'm calling him the true one, because the one that we got last season, obviously, was the Reverse Flash. This one's actually Harrison Wells. And he does care for Barry. You see it. He just has his own way of doing it. And he understands it's not just protecting my daughter, it's protecting everyone's kid. And that's what Barry learned through the episode, and why it felt so strong as a piece, that Zoom just stops everything in that cafe and snaps every officer's neck except for Joe and I think Singh. I always forget that character's name. And to see that, that weight that Grant Gustin sells so well. I hate using the word sell, but that's, believe me not if you don't want to. I know people don't like WWE, but it's kind of like a thing where you do a promo, you gotta sell it to the audience, and that's what Grant Gustin did. And honestly, I knew his character was going to be coming back around. I know the Flash is not disappearing forever, and maybe that's a nod to season 1 that we knew he was going to disappear, and of course, because of fucking Arrow, and I don't want to hate on Arrow, but because of fucking Arrow, we know he's coming back with his speed. And I think next week is going to be just absolutely insane, because it's pretty much going to go, no, you can't leave yet, and how do we get him out of there, and how do they make this work? Because Zoom has come to Earth 2, and all the stakes, all the poker chips are there. And as I said last week, on the last review, I said pretty much, I think this is just setting up all the minor characters' arcs to end them off for the season because of this. It just allows it to, put more focus on Team Flash. So that way, everyone who had minor stuff going on, everyone who needed to get to a certain point is there for when the big shit happens. This is the big shit. Zoom is here. He has Caitlin. He's telling Caitlin, you're pretty much Killer Frost. You have darkness in you. I'm going to pull it out of you, and we're going to make it happen. And of course, he feels very betrayed by Caitlin because she took the phone and texted everyone, hey, get all the officers out of there. So, of course, Zoom fucks them all up. I think it's Rupture, not Rapture, that is Cisco's brother. So you have Vibe and then Reverb, and then I think it's Rupture. It's gotta be Rupture. It's gotta be Rupture, because I know it's not Rapture. The episode's Rapture, but it's not Rupture. So I'm pretty sure it's Rupture. I may be completely wrong. Forgive me for saying if I am completely wrong. But Tom Cavanaugh, please have him for season 3. What a hell of a fucking actor in any fucking role you put him in. Just have him as Harrison Wells for Earth 3 if you kill him from Earth 2. I'm just throwing that out there now. Or just have him as a spirit. I'd be okay with that. Just fucking amazing. Him and Jesse L. Martin, we need more scenes between the two of them. I said that last week. I still stand by that this week. But throwing John Wesley's ship with them, I believe I said his name right. Throwing him in with the mixture of them two, with Grant Gustin and the rest of the cast. Oh, we're being treated. We're being treated by some grade A stuff. Honestly, that's all jokes aside. There was one thing I wanted to touch in this review I haven't touched yet, which is the Wally West and Jesse Quick thing. I think we're going to see that play out. It'll be teased, but we won't get it till season 4. I'm sorry. I mean season 3. I keep thinking, the next season's going to be season 4. That's how good The Flash is that I think it's been on longer than it actually has. I kind of wish it was. I mean, to me, The Flash, I don't watch Game of Thrones because it's just, I don't know. Can't get into it. And I don't like The Walking Dead. I'll be completely blunt. I just don't like it. So, for me, The Flash is that show that I come to every single week and get uber excited about. That's on TV right now. So, it's the one thing that I always have to, sit down and watch. So, I like speculating. So, I think we'll see Wally West as Kid Flash first because he feels the need of it. And Jesse Quick is going to be a little more reluctant to actually brace upon what, she would become, Jesse Quick, but with speed. I think next week is going to be huge. I believe it's either next week or the week after we're going to see Black Siren played by Katie Cassidy. We love you, Katie Cassidy. You're amazing. And we wish you were still Laura Lance. Throwing it out there. I think she's coming back as Diana Lance from Earth 2 as a metahuman, which is more comic book accurate, but I'm not super, big on the comics of The Flash. As of late last year, I started really getting heavy into The Flash, so now I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. So I have CW to actually thank for that. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the review, and this is where I will recap and review, I'm going to actually give it a score. We normally don't do this, but I can't really find a flaw to really complain about outside of it being because of Arrow, and that's not The Flash's fault, that's Arrow's. So 10 out of 10, because what a fantastic episode this was. And I can't wait for next week. I really can't. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you on the next video. As always, thanks for watching. Peace.